Which one, what, Andy? Cheers, lad.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Welcome for the final day to the England Media Centre here at KC Parks, joined by Jordan Pickford. As ever, we can limit it to 2 questions per person, just so we get around as many of you as possible. And without further ado, we'll start with Rob.
Jordan, great to see you. Yeah. First and foremost, huge congratulations. We should never take it for granted that you've got this far in the tournament. You've been to 2 Euros finals. This is your second World Cup semi-final. How special is it? And is there anything this time that feels maybe that little bit different that makes you think England can go all the way?
Oh, it's a great honour, and we're reaching targets that we want to reach, and we're reaching levels that we want to reach, and we want to keep pushing, and we know the end goal, but we always take it step by step. And our first chapter was to get through the group stage, and then when the manager mentioned about going through the grind of Mexico and Congo, and we know every game's a challenge, and now our next challenge is Argentina, and we'll be set up for and ready for them.
Does it feel special?
Yeah, it feels special, but we're also, it's a job, and we've got that togetherness and that mentality that we want to keep pushing, and it's another game of football against a top nation, and that's what we're here to do. Every game's tough in the World Cup, and Argentina is our next task.
Speaking of Argentina, this is the first time England have ever come up against a chap called Lionel Messi. Give us the goalkeeper's perspective on what makes him so dangerous.
Yeah, I think he's scored so many goals, and he's contributed to so many goals as well over his career, and it's great to be able to finally come up against him for so long, and watching him as a kid. And yeah, but we all know how good Messi is, but we also know how good Argentina is, so we can't just solely rely on Messi. We've got to focus on the other strengths as well, and the other weaknesses we can take advantage of.
Okay.
So.
Hi Jordan, well done on the darts.
Thanks for
what are your memories of Argentina? Games, as in old games that you've watched back against England?
I think what was the last one? Was it
2005?
Was it 2005? Too far back for me.
Yeah.
No, I think it's always a competitive game, and for me, it's always we look at the route, the upsets of not England versus Argentina. I think you look at the route everyone's getting here, and I think it's the top 4 nations in the world playing against each other in the semi-finals. And yeah, it's going to be a great game, a great atmosphere, and something we'll want to thrive on. What
would it mean for you as a player, having gone through this, from 2018 onwards? What would it mean to you to beat a team like Argentina and get England into a World Cup final? Yeah,
I think anyone in front of us, we're ready and want to beat. And same as Argentina, they want to come and beat us. But it's about us putting our best performance on to go and beat them. We know it's going to be a tough challenge, like every game is. Never take any game for granted, never take it lightly. And it's about us being on our A game, ready for them.
Alex.
Hi Jordan, what's the biggest difference from that first semi-final to now in feeling? How different do you feel compared to then?
No, I don't feel much difference. Just a bit older, a bit wiser for myself. You've got to be proud to get here, and you've got to roll your sleeves up and go again and be ready for the challenge. And we've got that togetherness, we've got that winning mentality, and we know what we've got to do on Wednesday against Argentina.
You've got that core group, haven't you, of you, John Stones, Harry, who have all played throughout this period and help the team grow. So I'm just wondering if it feels special for you guys to come back to another World Cup semi-final after 2 Euros finals as well.
Yeah, I think for me it's as well, we were unfortunate in Qatar against France. I think we were the better side and didn't come out on top on that day. And we've got to take them moments and them moments in your career, looking back at 2018, and then 2 Euro finals as well. So you've got to take their moments and learn from them. And this is our moment to go and play against Argentina and hopefully come out on top.
Jordan, the manager said after the game at the weekend that if he could bottle the mentality of the group and sell it, that he would. Can you give us a sense of how much it takes out of you psychologically that you've been behind in 2 of the games, and then obviously everything that came with Mexico as well?
Yeah, I think that just shows our togetherness as a group. Is England, that mentality we have, it is a credit to ourselves and the manager for driving it, and I think that shows I've always said in interviews and messages, I've always said the togetherness gets you there then the ability shows as well. But the togetherness, if you've got that togetherness like we have, that's a great tool to have. And it's been great, and long and may it continue, and we'll just keep pushing that. We know we've got that. Now it's about the ability of the football.
Talking of togetherness, ask you about one of the key members of the group. A new cult hero is emerging, Big Dan Burn, who has come on in the last couple of games. For the squad as a whole, how much has it meant to see him come on and do his bit in 2 big wins?
Just shows the character he has as a lad, and not played much at all, then coming on for Mexico and making 7 or 8 challenges with his head, and that overhead kick from Jimenez, and he just stood there and took it like a man. And but that's what you do. You train well, and once you get your opportunity, you take it. And he's been brilliant. And everyone's seen the video of him heading that last ball, but I think I was heading it myself with him. So, but that's a character he is, and that's a character we have in the squad, and that's a mentality we have as well.
Okay, we'll go middle row back. Some blue t-shirt, so thanks. And then we'll work our way forward. Thanks.
Except middle row, you.
Yeah.
Sorry, back middle. Yeah. Sure.
Hey, Jordan. Taylor Kaufman, KNBC9 in Kansas City. What was it like playing golf with Patrick Mahomes?
He was on a photo shoot, and just to see another top athlete at the top of his game, and it was nice to meet him. A legend in Kansas and around the world of people like NFL, and he was just such a nice person and down to earth, and that's a credit to him and his family, and that's how people become successful.
And what's your time been like overall in Kansas City? You guys have been here for quite a while now.
No, it's been really good. The people around the area of staying, lovely people, always very polite, and that's what we like. We're polite people as well, so we'll go out on the bikes and everyone says hello, everyone says morning, afternoon, and it's been really nice, and they've respected us so well.
Thanks, good luck.
Tom.
Hey Jordan, Argentina have got quite a goalkeeper themselves in Martinez. He's someone obviously played a massive role in them winning the tournament last time around. He's someone we know well in the Premier League. He's someone whose antics at times have been quite successful. What do you make of him as a goalkeeper, and would you also employ those kind of tactics from a mind game perspective if it came to penalties or anything like that?
No, I think he's what a career going to Arsenal. I'll never forget playing against him when he went on loan to Wolves when I was at Preston North End, and for me, the pathway he went on, and he had to wait to get his chance for Argentina, then he took it, and his antics are his antics, but as a goalkeeper, he's a top keeper, and that's what top keepers do. Whether he has his antics or I have my antics, it's about putting the gloves on and putting that performance in, and he's done that for Aston Villa, he's done it for Argentina, and I've got to give credit to him as a goalkeeper.
And England versus Argentina, it's a game with a lot of history, even if it sort of predates when your time in the game. I think it comes with a lot of baggage for a lot of fans. World Cup 98, obviously 86. How do the current squad sort of put aside any of that history so they can focus on themselves going into this game?
Yeah, I think it's just solely focus on us as England now, and us being at our best to beat another top nation, and it's us against them to get a place in the final. And it's a game of football. 90 minutes, 120 penalties. We're ready for anything, and it's us against them at the end of the day, and it's about who comes out on top, and we're fully prepared for that.
Jordan, hello. I'm Catalina Barbot from Taste Sports TV, Argentinian TV. I want to know, there is a lot of people saying that Leo Messi is going to play against England for the first time, but also it's your first time playing against Argentina. And in our country, it's really special, this match. All the people are wondering this match. And I want to ask you if you are feeling any different emotional in the previous of this match about the rivalry in the history, also in World Cup matches?
No, I think, I've said it earlier. I think us in Argentina and Spain and France are the top 4 nations in the world in the rankings, and we've all got the stage to get to the final, and this is us against them, and another great nation to play against, and first time playing for myself against Argentina, and what a game it's going to be, and it's about us beating them.
And I want to know if you have been seeing and watching the Argentinian matches in this World Cup, and if you did, what concerns you the most about preparing this match?
I've watched bits. We all know how good Messi is, but we also know how hard-working team they are. And yeah, it's about us, England, being prepared for Argentina, and that's what we'll do.
Fox.
Hi, Jordan. Alonso Cabral from Fox Mexico, Antigua Sports, Central America. About the Argentina-England rivalry. Lionel Scaloni said that he hopes it's just a football game and nothing happens around. Can you send a message to the fans, to the Argentinian and England fans, that it's only a football game, and because there's a lot of rivalry, and especially from the South American side, there's a lot of history in this match. Do you expect to be only a football game? And also, are you worried about the referees because all that's been said about Argentina's game in this World Cup?
Yeah, I think it is just a game of football, and both passionate set of fans going there to watch a top-level game of football. And that's what football does. It brings fans together, it brings the nations together, and it's both proud nations. That's the key to it. We're both proud nations, but yeah, the football will do its talking. And regarding the referees, that's their job. We can't control that narrative, and it's about just focusing us on football.
Thank you.
Well, let this person come past, the Skip dog. All right, Skip. Thanks. Didn't have any gel to borrow off you, so I've had to go for this look.
We'll go Henry, Windsor, and then Ed after. Yes.
Thank you, Jordan. Hi, good luck on Wednesday.
Thanks.
The whole country's behind you. What does that feel like to have that support?
Oh, amazing. You know how we feel. You see us after each and every game, and to have the nation behind us back at home, it doesn't go unseen. We know how much it means to them, but it also knows how much it means to us, and we pay huge credit to them, enjoying themselves, and we're doing it for them as well. We've brought this nation together. That was the first goal in looking back at 2018. It was about connecting that nation together now, and now it's that step. Now we're in the semi-final, and we know we can't look past Argentina. It's going to be a tough game, a top game, but we want to put smiles on their faces as well.
You'd have been 8 in 2002 when England played in Sapporo. It was a Friday lunchtime. Would you have been at school? Would you have been watching it? Would you have been playing outside, skipping school or working?
No, I remember being sat in the school hall on the floor watching when the teachers wheeled the TV in. So I'll never forget that moment. And I think we got to school early to watch it that day. So yeah, it was. I was only a young kid. I was probably surprised I was still in school then.
Ed Aarons.
Hi, Jordan. You mentioned before about you played in the semi-final before, obviously, but with everything that's going on with this game and the build-up, you see all the questions about the rivalry. Do you think that this is the biggest game you've ever played in personally?
Yeah, I think in 2018 we had an opportunity to get to the final, and it's same goes on Wednesday, regardless of the rivalry. I think it's about us being at our best, and to get to a final in a World Cup is going to be a great honour, and that's what the challenge is on Wednesday.
And you mentioned before, obviously, the other two finals, the Euros and semi-final, the second semi-final that were at the World Cup. It's time to win something now. Do you think it's time that England get over the line? Yeah,
that's everybody's dream. But the challenge is Wednesday. We won't look past Wednesday. We know it's going to be a tough opponent, a proud nation with a lot of talent, and it's us versus them on Wednesday, and we need to be our best version of ourselves to get to that opportunity come Sunday. But it's all about Wednesday first.
Okay, come forward to the second row here. Cheers.
Hi, Jordan. Lionel Messi missed penalty twice in this World Cup, and his record is not good about the penalty. If he get chance again against you, how does it give the confidence, that record?
No, I think, I don't know how many penalties he's taken over his career. I don't think anyone in the world's got a 100% record if they're constantly taking penalties. But that, I don't think for such a player like Messi, that'll faze him. He'll just get on with it, and it's about me against him if it comes to that moment to execute my save, my dive to cancel out his penalty. But I don't think it's going to faze him with his record,
Just pass the mic behind there. Thank you.
Hi, Jordan. Obviously, a lot of the theme and the story before this game is maybe about stopping Messi for England. But how important is it for actually Argentina to have to think about Jude and Harry, obviously two elite players at the top of their game at the moment?
Yeah, of course. Everyone will talk about Messi because he's one of the goats of the game, but you can't look past how the ability and the talent we've got in the squad going forward, defensively, togetherness. We've got it all there, and that's what we need to put on show on Wednesday. But we also can't just talk about Messi. They're a good side and they're reigning champions. So yeah, they're a good side, but we've got so much ability in our squad going forward, and we're hard to break down. We've got that resilience, we've got that togetherness, and we've got that mentality. That's what makes it a good team.
And obviously, one of the famous memories of this particular game is David Beckham getting sent off in '98 from Diego Simeone. We know that the Argentines sometimes like to utilise the dark arts. How important is it that the team are aware of that and also don't lose their heads amid the kind of ferocity of this fixture?
Yeah, I think you've seen, our throughout the tournament, you've seen our desire to win tackles. We've not gotten into any scuffles or anything. We've been very well respected within the game. Decisions go our way, they don't go our way. We just reset, we go again, and we let the football do the talking. And I think that's what we've done throughout the tournament. We've not had any, apart from Jarrell, not any suspensions, no second yellow cards or anything like that. So just shows our mentality we have, and we don't get wrapped up in sort of things like that. We stay focused, we stay together.
Okay, take the last one behind. Finish there, thanks.
Hi, Cristian De Locchio from Página 2 Argentina. A lot of the Argentina squad has Premier League players, like a lot. You have been your whole career in Premier League. Which one are you most worried about, or which one do you know the most?
Yeah, I've watched football all my life, and especially watch games, Champions League, etc. So yeah, you know most of the players, and yeah, they've got very good individuals and they're a good team. So you've got to be wary of them all, but we'll be on our way game to be ready for them Wednesday.
And after the triumph over Norway, there was a little noise in social media about the coach talking about not a mentality issue, but some that didn't fulfill him about the game. Are you training about something special for this game?
Yeah, I think that, like the manager said, the mentality we have in abundance and the togetherness we have, but we're not the finished article. We always want to improve. We're in the semi-final. We always want to keep improving as a team, and the cream rises to the top, and we'll always keep working hard at it to keep improving, because you don't want to just think, oh yeah, the job's done against Norway. We've got to improve for the next game and the next game after that. So yeah, there's always improvement in football, and you always want to drive improvement as well from yourself as an individual point of view and togetherness and as a team point of view.
Okay, thank you everyone. Appreciate your time today. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Oh, it's Fear ran away. I know.
Getting there, it's a barbecue in there, isn't it? I know. That's just special drink today.
Absolutely.
Stevie Wonder. Yeah?
Very much. Honestly. Because it was so embarrassing. He was quite well behaved. In the past, they've handed him microphones. Just Jeff Spencer asked one of it was yeah, it's alright.
Sono qua anche and Tidy came here about saying he's got a question, and he said, why have you got such big
Oh, there you go. You sorted out.
Don't know if I can have a pastry 2 days before game, man.